just your takeaways from that game, being able to come back and get a win the way you guys did.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it shows perseverance. We don't want to be in a hole like that. I think Talb's, as I mentioned at the intermission, kept that game close for us. We owe him a lot for tonight. But yeah, proud of the resilience of our group. Guys stepping up. Mo scoring a big goal with getting his first NHL was pretty cool. And I think, I may have said this to one of you guys a few days ago, but I feel like our group now versus maybe when we were on the bit of a slide there, when we get scored on, it's hey, let's get going. We're right back in this thing. Versus kind of a mope around. I think tonight was a perfect example of that.
I feel like you maybe don't win that game a month ago because of that?
Yeah, I think the attitude has changed quite a bit in our room, and I think that shows, and tonight it was evident that it's in this room.
A little bit of an emotional roller coaster there in the third period. You're down, then you come back, you battle back, you get a lead, and then they answer right back, but it seemed like your team didn't give up at all.
Yeah, I mean, there are points we need. It's playoff hockey for all the teams right now, mostly. Yeah, we needed 2 points tonight, and I think it showed with our team's effort.
At this stage in the season, big difference between 2 and 1, especially against a team that you're supposed to beat, who are down in the standings.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you look around St. Louis and Calgary, Kraken, other teams in the wild card spot or just above in the Pacific. We're trying to play catch, if you will, or stay in a wild card spot. And these are games you must win, especially when teams around the league are fighting for the same spot or winning also.
We talked a couple weeks ago about Jimmy being able to recognize maybe when guys have their legs going to them a little bit more. Do you feel like you had your legs tonight and Jimmy kind of put you out more and more in those situations?
Yeah, for sure. Right away, Jimmy has a feel of the game and felt I had jump, which I did. I felt good tonight, and yeah, he kept putting me out there. So I love when that happens for myself. But more importantly, guys who maybe aren't getting the normal time they get are right there cheering you on. So I think this group is special.
I was down at ice level there, and it seemed like you and Tkachuk had a pretty good battle going on all the game.
Yeah, he gave me a couple cheap shots early, and I think his record speaks for itself with getting in scrums with guys. So, but he's definitely not a guy I want to mess with too much. Pretty big guy. So, but I was happy to get the win tonight, especially with all that going on.
And also, I've got to ask about Talbot, how he did in net tonight for you to keep you in there.
Yeah, he was unbelievable. He's shown spurts of that throughout all season. And tonight he was nothing short of spectacular. He made timely saves when we really needed him. And like I said, I think in the second period especially, we had hardly any zone time, and he was coming up with huge saves left and right. So we owe him a lot tonight.
Like 300 games to you tonight, I know it's kind of hard to celebrate something like that in the midst of the season, but it's a little extra special, especially for an undrafted guy to hit that mark.
Yeah, I think for sure. Growing up as a kid, I just wanted to play a game in the league, you know. But looking back on 300 games, it's pretty lucky to be where I'm at. I've worked very hard to be here, so I'm pretty proud of the fact that I've been able to reach that mark. But I'm looking for the Stanley Cup, and not exactly how many games I'll play in this league, but I'm here to win. So that's kind of number one on the mind, and that's kind of a secondary accomplishment, I guess, if you will.
Jacob Moverara plays a quiet game usually. What's it like to see him contribute the way he did? I mean, how excited does that get everybody?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you ask anyone in this room, he's one of the best people in the LA Kings organization. He gave you the shirt off his back if you needed it. So I think everyone was almost more happy than he was to see him score that goal.